Are you resetting your PPC budgets manually in Q1 or using automation rules for seasonal decay? Honestly, I don't really focus much on budgets. The number one lever should be your bid, your budgets. Think of it as more of a guardrail. It's to make sure you don't completely fall off the cliff and spend all this money you weren't intending. But if you have a profitable or at least break even ACOS, does it really matter if you spend more, especially if it's contributing to organic sales or ranking for even other keywords? I wouldn't worry too much about budget. I would focus more on bid because let's just say, for example, previous to the Christmas holiday, you were spending $30 a day on a campaign and you raised it to $300 a day. Amazon's not just going to force the other $270. You're going to have some increase because it's available budget, but they're not going to just force it. And if you're like, well, but I'm getting clicks that aren't converting, well, then lower your bid. I would say focus more on dialing in your bids than dialing in your budget. Because the nice thing about Amazon compared to like Facebook, if you say your budget is $30 or $300, they will go right up to it, maybe even a hair above it. Amazon, the way it's structured is if people aren't searching for whatever your keyword is, like your budget around the holidays probably needed to be higher to accommodate that. Because once you run out of budget, you run out of budget. But if your budget is up here, but the demand is down here, the difference is not going to end up just being charged to you. It's only going to be for people that click. So hopefully that made sense. Do you think people should have a long-term vision or a short-term vision when it comes to PPC? Both. And the reason I say both is, are your bids high enough? Are your bids too high? Do you have enough budget? Are you spending too much? But then the long-term vision is like, okay, is this a new product? And so you're trying to get ranking, get some initial sales, kind of spike the algorithm, so to speak, or at least get the flywheel moving. In order to get impressions, you have to have sales. Now, especially for organic impressions, you most likely have to start with PPC sales, especially for keywords that have a lot more search volume on them. So I would say you want both, but be careful because I also have seen people over the years use the long-term vision of, I'll live with a 300% ACOS and spend $50 a day on a keyword because it's one of my main keywords. Things are only your main keywords if your customers vote with their wallets. Yes, maybe there's keywords you want to maybe work your way up to, but I would say shorter term, have in mind what are longer tail keywords that you can be more competitive towards, and then maybe work your way up. There's a lot of agencies out there that, they're trying to attract supplement brands. All of their advice is geared towards supplement brands. If you're selling a calculator, people aren't coming back and buying another calculator or another can opener anytime soon. So those are products that, they're not buying multiple times a year. They might buy one every 3 to 5 to 10 years. If you have a product that is like a supplement or a product that people are going to buy ongoing, then you can get away with losing money on those initial sales because you have a lifetime value. And if that helps you in ranking, then it kind of compounds on itself. But if you're selling the product that only people buy once every few years, or I've probably had this calculator for like 12 years, you shouldn't spend too much money in the short term. Your long-term play isn't that much better. Yeah, maybe, you can use the organic sales and whatnot, especially when you first start on a product, you can lose money in the short term, but you also have to make sure your long-term vision matches the possibility of, what is the available market? What is the likelihood that you can rank? How long is that going to take you? So all things to think about. How do you calculate new break-even ACOS targets post-holiday when sessions drop, but tacos goals remain? Your ACOS targets are really just whatever your break even is. So if you have a break even, let's say 36% on a product, 42%, 28%, whatever it is, that is your break even ACOS. So that is the number you're really going towards and trying to figure out. And then everything else is like, okay, well, if your sessions drop, that's more of means your clicks are dropped. It's basically your units sold divided by clicks. When your sessions drop, as long as you convert around the same amount, then your ACOS would be consistent. Now, but if you convert at a lower amount, which is likely happening, then your ACOS will go up in the wrong direction. I would say your break-even ACOS should be the same in both ways. In fact, your break-even ACOS might even be broader. Like you may have more room in your break-even ACOS post-holidays because come January, your inventory goes down. So like if you were shipping stuff in October and you're paying October, November, and December Q4 rates, your storage rates are going down in January. So that means you might actually have a little bit more room to play with.